Hey everyone, Boomsie here with the Gunpla Network, taking a look at the Gustav Karl. Today we're going to do a review for this, but want to shout out to our sponsors for making this all possible. Make sure you check out Canadian Gundam and use the code Gunpla Network to save 10% on your entire order. So let's go ahead and take a look at this massive grunt unit here and start with the articulation. I did want to mention that this is just the unit with no panel lining, some of the stickers attached just to show you. I plan on doing some customs with this in the future, so I didn't want to hit it with too much. Head articulation does go left and right. Now when you go to do the side to side here, you got to like push it down and down like that, so it's a little strange. You can get a full rotation here, which is nice. And the head does move up and down. And if you take a look at both arms, you may notice that they're a little bit different. The only thing is this one has a extra armor piece to it. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the articulation for this arm. So let's start with the shoulder here. The arm does reach up and out like so. Pretty nice. Now with both arms, they do get a nice full rotation. You got to move the shield out of the way so you can get one, but pretty good and solid as well. There's a nice shoulder gimmick which actually causes this to pop out because of the plastic ball and cup here. So you can pull that out if you see and kind of move it every which way. Some of the reason this side feels a lot tighter than the other side, and I didn't do anything, but it's still fairly loose if you see that there. Bend at the elbow. Very nice. Wrist rotation. And you can move the arm or the hand like so. Arm rotation. All the way around. Now taking a look at this arm here, one of the coolest things about this kit, other than its color separation and the way that it looks, is you can actually open this up, revealing the grenades, or grenade launcher I guess, and they are already color separated so you don't have to worry about those, but you can always paint those to your own leisure. Now we got him in the classic T pose here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the torso articulation, side to side. And you're not really going to get much rotation out of this. He's a little too bulky. I did want to highlight the backpack and the amazing color separation that they did back here as well. The thrusters look good. The shield looks good. The shield does have movement like so. It can also move up and down. And there's another accessory piece, which this part comes off. And it comes with the shield extender, which you actually just put into this cup here. And you plug it in like so. Attach it here. And what that allows you to do is actually swing this shield from the back all the way to the front like so. And let me show you what that looks like from the front side. And so you can get that nice guarding action there, which is really super cool actually. I like the shorter one as well if you don't have the room for the space behind its back, because this is a little large. But being able to switch those and interchange for posing is freaking amazing detail. So I went ahead and removed the upper torso here so you guys could see a little bit more what was going on the lower side. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first. Here you do have a plastic piece instead of like a poly cap, and that's a normal thing that's going on with this kit recently and some of the newer Bandais. Front skirt does move up and out, and a little bit of wiggle there. This ding dong does not move. Side skirts up and down. And these things fall off like crazy, but that's okay. Let me show you the beam saber inside. So you can like kind of slide this down and get the beam saber out. And it's attached back here. And let me just show you what that looks like while I'm here. And you do get two of these beam sabers, which is pretty nice for the kit. Oop, dropped it. And like I said, those are stored on these side skirts here. This big old badonk does move up and down. Now we're probably about to get into the least favorite part of my kit, but it didn't really deter me from giving it the rating that I did. It's just a minor flaw of this unit. So these big bulky legs here look amazing. These are the stickers that it came with. Like I said, this is straight out of the box without any panel lining or anything like that. And I put the stickers on for now so you guys could see what that looked like. But let's go ahead and remove this side skirt so you can see kind of what's going on in here. Kick to the front. It gets blocked by the armor. So you gotta like really push it. And it gets like this weird awkward side kick because of that. Kick to the back. That one's not bad, but it makes this butt skirt go a little weird. Now this part here is really nice. It's got super great rotation as well, and it's on a nice cap. And then there's another part here that actually causes it to do this weird stanky leg thing. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. Now this leg is held on by ball and cap here, so not too bad. And then this thing does wiggle, which is hard to see with all the armor, so I removed it so you could kind of see that. So let me see if I can get a good shot for you. So you can see here that this part also moves like so. There we go. Now I wanted to show the leg individually so you could get a better look, because all of that bulky armor just kind of hides everything. Basically the same thing for both legs. They do extend like so, and have a nice bend at the knee, which is amazing. This part here can feel a little bit loose, so it's a really small polycap for such big legs. I wish I had a better like locking mechanism for this. Here's a good look at the back of the leg and the thrusters. As well as these thrusters usually come off very easily. You might want to glue these on or after you paint it or whatever, because they tend to fly off. You'll probably see it come off on accident when I do this foot articulation. So taking a look at this big Shaquille O'Neal Shazam style foot here, we got a little bit of side to side, down and up. And here's a look at that from the rear. Oh, there it goes. So let's take a look at some of the accessories that the Gustav Karl does come with. It does come with a limited amount of accessories. First up, we got the beam rifle here. Now for such a large unit, this is a very tiny pea shooter type gun for it. I would highly recommend maybe placing a different gun. I'll show you some of those later on in the review when we put some different guns onto it. Now this does come with a nice right hand here for the Gustav Karl. Just one trigger finger. I wish they would have came with both so we could put like double bazookas on it, but overall really good quality and not terrible. It's a beam saber again, but you know how I feel about that. I dropped the other one and I don't care. I'm gonna, whoop, there it goes. Let's drop the other. Whoops, where'd it go?
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
And here's the two fists that it comes with, open fists, nothing too special about them. They can hold the weapons if you don't put them in the triggers, and there goes one of them. Then as I showed previously before, the shield extender and the regular one as well. Something I wanted to go over real quick again was that shoulder gimmick. It does pull out and come forward. But if you try to move it when it's out, this just comes out so easily from that ball and cap there. It's not a poly cap or anything, it's just really weird plastic on plastic. So you might want to use some of your joint tightening techniques, whether it's nail polish, adding some more glue in there or anything like that. Make sure you check that glue or the nail polish and make sure it's safe on the plastic first. I would recommend trying it on a runner. Sometimes it can cause it to melt, and that's how I ruined my Regaya. So, the Gustav Karl, this unit is massive. It stands as tall, if not a little bit taller than the higher grade Unicorn in Destroy mode. Sorry I didn't have any kits to do a side-by-side comparison. We are currently moving and everything's packed up. I just went ahead and measured it with the ruler and saw it from there. Let's talk about some of the minor cons first about this kit. There are some very large numbucks that you will have to clean up. Some even measured around 2.5 millimeters, which is super duper thick with 2 C's if you think about it. I found some areas were a lot more difficult to clean up than others, some hidden very well, and some other spots in the legs were just out and open in plain sight. These stickers weren't great, but they weren't also not terrible as well. The only one that really was bad was the antenna one. I put that on, just looked at it and took it straight off. I know this is a Grunt unit, so it comes with the standard beam saber, beam gun, beam shield, you name it, kind of Grunt unit weaponry. I wish they would have had something more for the signature style other than that design for the Gustav Karl. Maybe like some big cannon or some type of giant machine gun, you name it. Just something to kind of accent it. That little pea shooter, I kind of had a problem with. I will warn you that the legs do feel a little bit loose. It can cause some posing issues if you are trying to stand up the unit, but on a stand, it goes on perfectly and it looks fantastic. Let's talk about the ball cup balls, whatever those things are in the shoulder. It's basically plastic on plastic, so it doesn't really hold up well. I would thicken that up with a little bit of nail polish or whatever way you prefer to thicken it up in the future, so that way you can get those awesome poses with the Gustav Karl without the arms popping off. And Bandai almost nailed it with that super cool shoulder gimmick where it comes out and comes forward for this high grade, but it was just so loose that it makes it impossible sometimes to get that. And maybe adding something to that shield to be able to be held would have been pretty cool as well. As far as the pros for this kit, I actually really do think they outweigh the cons. First off, the color separation for this kit is beautiful. The white on gray and the navy-ish blue and the little tad of darker kind of maroon on the torso, just fantastico. Brings out the kit and makes it look fantastic on your shelf. With some panel lines on this unit, I think it'll really accent it well and bring it out. I cannot wait to see some of your guys' custom submissions for this beast of a kit in the future on our Gunpla network. For being such a big, bulky unit, it wasn't really limited to articulation, which was a big surprise. I was still able to get it in some menacing yet awesome poses. I love the gimmicks of this unit, the way that you can extend the legs and move them around for posing. The grenade launcher is so cool, and I'm sure most of you haven't seen Beverly Hills Ninjas, but this kit was bulky yet agile, and it has so many thrusters on it, oh my god. One thing I wanted to mention about this is I really love the design of the visor and the helm. Probably one of my favorite things about it. I hope to see this in a MG or even a Re-1100 in the future, and maybe have some of the issues fixed and addressed so that way we can have a big bulky boy. Alright builders, I would say go buy this kit, get on Canadian Gundam right now and use your Gunpla Network code to save 10% and have this beast on your shelf. As always, you know, we do this for you guys. Thank you so much. We can't do it without all your love and support. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any ding-dong videos in the future. And as for now, this is Boomsie with the Gunpla Network. Take it easy and peace.